Hi everybody, so I decided to go ahead and do Twiggy. She's a 1960s actress and fashion model, and she's absolutely gorgeous. She is from England. I love her style. It's just, she is basically to me the inventor of the cut crease 1960s mod as we know it. Twiggy is known as one of the first international supermodels. Between 1965 and 1970, she was getting a ton of press. She was one of the first models that cut her hair in this perfectly designed, cute little blonde crop that we know as the 1960s mod bob today. Of course, there's a lot of negative press when it came to Twiggy's fashion modeling. She had a very thin, very boyish style frame that she got a lot of criticism for because she was criticized for promoting an unhealthy body image which supposedly led people to eating disorders. Over the years, Twiggy has actually spoken out against waif-thin models, and she has even stated her frame was very natural at the time, especially as a teenage model. That was her natural adolescent frame. So needless to say, in my eyes, Twiggy is very wholesome and innocent and fresh. In 1970 something, she decided to retire from modeling, proclaiming, "You can't be a hanger your whole life." She has made several TV appearances. One of my favorite ones personally is America's Next Top Model, where we get to see how genuine and real Twiggy actually is. She's definitely one of my favorite judges on that show. She's non-judgmental, she gives a proper critique, and she's just very genuine in her critiques as well, and never promotes that any models on that show or throughout her career live an unhealthy lifestyle. So that's about it for my Twiggy rundown. I absolutely think she's adorable and I love her. I think she's always been absolutely gorgeous. To this day you could still see the Twiggy reference when you look at her face, and she's just a much more adult version of her adolescent Twiggy look that she had back in the day. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this look and thank you so much for watching. So to get started in this look, I'm going to begin with the Twiggy brow, which is actually just a very nice, soft, natural brow. One of the things I love about Twiggy's makeup is the softness and naturalness surrounding this amazing eye. So to get started on the brows, I've already used something to block out my brows, which is the Gabriel eye primer in the shade Neutral, no crazy paste or anything like that. So I'm going to be taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow pomade in the shade Blonde. This is just a really nice sort of warm taupe shade, and I'm going to be taking the Real Techniques brow brush, and we're just going to brush this lightly through the hairs. I started the arch because this is like the heaviest point of the brow. Feather the rest of this through the brow. This is a very heavy moussey product, so you want to use this a little bit at a time and with a light hand to get the most natural brow possible. It is actually very possible with this product. Some people tend to overuse this product. So I'm going to start by taking the Avalon Organics Vitamin C Renewal. This is a fantastic eye cream that just rejuvenates, brightens, and heightens the eyes. I'm just going to apply this above and around the eye and on the eyelid. Now for Twiggy's skin, you do not want anything too heavy. She did not wear heavy skin, she had very natural skin, but a very bold statement eye. So to begin with this very natural, flawless skin, we're going to start by taking Andalou Naturals. This is the Clementine C Plus Illuminating Toner. So from here on, I'm taking the Andalou Naturals Moisturizer. I never like to heavily prep and prime the skin because I do think it's too much for daily use and it can break down the natural skin's ability to rejuvenate. I'm going to begin by priming the eyelids. This is, once again, the Gabriel eye primer in the shade Neutral. I absolutely love this stuff. So now I'm going to begin by taking 461, which is this really nutty brown kind of taupey shade, and that's the Donalaise 863. I'm going to begin by blending this into the crease. Just to break up the smoothness of the eyelid, and we'll start doing the cut crease from here. It'll be much easier to blend out and diffuse the cut crease with just a nice transition shade already placed in the socket. Take a highlight shade or a shade that's just slightly lighter than your skin tone, And I'm going to be taking the Inglot's 351 matte to do so on myself. And we're just going to blend this underneath the brow bone and into the crease line. And then on the eyelid as well. So I'm going to begin by cutting the crease, and I'm going to start off by taking this very dark shade. This is basically a darker version of this up here. So we're going to be taking 465 on this Volume Tools 781, and we're just going to begin by cutting the crease. And just using little rotation motions and following the natural eye socket. Now take a matte black or a black that at least won't transfer a ton of shimmer like the one I'm taking here. It's actually easier to find shimmery blacks than it is matte blacks, but they're out there. I'm taking Inglot's 64, which is a black with golden shimmer, and we're going to begin by being a little bit more precise now with cutting the crease. This is like the original cut crease design that I see now a lot of follow-up looks have done. You can always take a gel liner and go over this first. I personally just recommend going in with eyeshadows unless your eyeshadows slip, fade, or transfer, but it really isn't completely necessary for most people to have to go in with such a harsh line. So I'm just going to begin by taking my blending brush, the 863, and then just smoking out that line. The thing with cut crease looks is that you do need to set aside extra time to perform them, especially if you're a little slower at makeup, because this look requires a great deal of back and forth. Now, as I stated, this look involves a lot of back and forth. So we're going to be cutting the crease again. And she basically doesn't have it above or creating a new crease. A lot of cut creases we see today, they are literally inventing a new line of their eye, and it's usually above the crease. It's not literally forming a new socket or the same socket. It's literally just a straight line. So that's really the modern version. So with Twiggies, you want to be very precise and cut along the actual socket line. Taking the smoothest, softest eyeshadow we took, 461 again, we're just going to blend that out. Now to make the eye pop and appear larger, we're going to be taking the Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics pencil in the shade Feathered, which is just a beautiful, perfect matte white. Now for the face, we're going to be taking the Ole Henriksen Perfect Truth CC Cream. This foundation for me is spot on for Twiggy. She wears a very minimal, lightweight coverage on the face. So the last thing we want is to drench the face in foundation. So I'm going to be taking this Sephora Airbrush Brush 56. This is a very light to medium coverage brush. Everything kind of changes its look or purpose as far as cosmetics go when you change your tools or the person working the tools. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer now, and we're going to be applying this underneath the eyes. Now she doesn't have a ton of glow or gleam, but she does have a flawless complexion on just the high planes of the cheekbones to sort of get more of like a photo shoot look for Twiggy. But then be sure to blend it out so it doesn't look too heavy. If we wanted a more 1950s or 1940s look, we would really pat this on like we were covering blemishes, but that's not the look we want for Twiggy. So for underneath the eyes, I'm going to be taking a little bit of 461 again, and excuse my phone, 461 again. I work in a tourist area, so my phone is always kind of on. You just never know. So I'm going to be taking a little bit more, 351 again with my e.l.f. contour brush, and just applying this in the inner tear duct. The Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof Eyeliner in the shade Black, and we're going to pop this on with the brush it comes with actually. So I'm going to be taking the Tarte Lights Camera Flashes Statement Mascara, and we're just going to put this on the upper and lower eyelashes. Now, often Twiggy wore a double set of false lashes. She wore a set on top and she wore a set on the bottom. So that's up to you if you want to take a bottom row of lashes or what have you. Unfortunately, bottom lashes never stay put on me, although I love the look of them. So I'm going to be taking my mascara and doing a couple extra coats on the bottom. I'm going to be taking this vertically. Now, Twiggy wore different lash styles. One of the ones that I love that she wore were just very feathery, floaty, beautiful lashes. So to get that look, I'm going to be taking the Kiss Light as a Feather. Looks so natural in Shy. These are a newer style, so if you're able to get a hold of these, I highly recommend. They're very soft and beautiful. Some of my recent favorite gel liners have been the ones from Makeup Geek, actually. They're very creamy and beautiful. I love using these with the right brush. The gel is very creamy, so I recommend taking a very fine pointed brush. That has worked best for me. This is the shade Fame. It is a very gorgeous bluey teal shade, and now I have noticed in various photo shoots of Twiggy's, she has some blue eyeshadow on, or even some blue liner. So we're going to be doing her look that she has in multiple photo shoots with the blue thick liner. So I'm going to be taking this. Although this is a thin brush, we're going to be moving it up into a thicker line. Once again, I just need this brush to pull the liner very seamlessly through the upper left. Now, to set the Fame gel liner and to get it even more Twiggy-like, I'm going to be taking Inglot's 371 matte, which is this very vibrant blue liner. Take the smudger side of the Tarte gel liner brush and then begin just dabbing this over Fame. Of course, you want this blue eyeshadow to look like liner and you want it to pop. So I recommend taking any creamy liner that's going to create a very smooth, heavy line. Now for the face, Twiggy wears a little bit of blush, not a ton, just a very nice sort of gorgeous, peachy, baby coral color, if there ever is such a thing. And I think there is in Hourglass's Luminous Flush. This is one of their ambient lighting blushes. Do I think these blushes are worth it? I absolutely do. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Now this appears to be just a light wash of coral, and it just has this sort of marble effect, very similar to a MAC Mineralized Skin finish here in the pan. So I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. stipple brush of all things, and it's just a very lightweight, inexpensive brush. So if you're somebody who'd rather save some money for your makeup rather than your tools, it's really up to you. Now I'm just going to apply this to the face. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Twiggy has two lips, a bold and a nude. We're actually going to start off with the bold first. I'm going to be taking my Too Faced Perfect Lips lip liner in Perfect Pink. This is perfect for light, medium, and dark lip colors because it is just kind of in the middle of all those. Very mid-tone pink. I'm going to be outlining my lips. She has very subtle, sweet, cute lips. So we're not going to overline or anything here. A little bit of Inglot's number 143, this gorgeous hot pink shade. And it is a very warm tone, gorgeous hot pink. Perfect for people with yellow tones in their skin. Highly recommend this shade. And now for the nude lip we typically see her in. I'm going to be taking a little bit of Bite Beauty's Contour Lip Liner. This is the shade Cashew, a perfect nude color. Don't roll it up too far or the tip is easier or more susceptible to breakage. So I'm just going to go ahead and go over the natural lip line once again. Top off the lip with a little bit of Hourglass. This is very heavy, gorgeous bullet of lipstick in Grace. And here is the Hourglass shape on there. I absolutely love the tip and the applicator. So we're going to go ahead and apply this gorgeous nude. It's perfect. It has like a flat edge that just lays on the lip so perfectly. It couldn't be better. So I hope that you enjoyed my Twiggy looks, the lips, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this look so much. And if you want just that classic Twiggy look, you can always remove the blue. This is more of like her sort of photo model runway look. But yeah, pretty much always Twiggy. So you got to see the cut crease, the emphasis on the eyes with the runway, more photo-y look, and then of course two lip alternatives for Twiggy. So I hope you enjoyed and thank you for watching.